Tired of dealing with annoying flies, fruit flies, and gnats in your home? The Zevo Flying Insect Trap is your ultimate solution. Don't wait. Check out the link in the video description now to get your Zevo Flying Insect Trap on Amazon and enjoy a bug-free home today.
When Abe Hamadeh, 33, jumped into a race for Congress in Arizona, he had little idea just how vicious and personal the attacks would get. But before Hamadeh's victory on Tuesday, his GOP primary foe Blake Masters launched nasty accusations about his Muslim and Syrian heritage and alluded that politicians without children like Abe don't deserve to hold office. "I'm a big believer that this life is temporary and our souls are eternal," Hamadeh told DailyMail.com in his first digital interview after defeating Masters in the contentious primary. "I think they're gonna have to justify to their soul for what they did," he said of the attacks against him. Masters leaned into Vance's childless cat lady slur from 2021 against Democrats like Vice President Kamala Harris. He directed the same criticism at Hamadeh, who is single, contrasting that with himself, with a wonderful wife and 4 beautiful boys. "Political leaders should have children. Certainly they should at least be married," Masters wrote on X. "If you aren't running or can't run a household of your own, how can you relate to a constituency of families, or govern wisely with respect to future generations? Skin in the game matters." Hamadeh insisted to DailyMail.com that having children should not be the bar for public office. "I can't really speak to J.D. Vance's own words and what he was saying. But I do, believe that you can be an American and you can be a leader without children," Hamadeh said. "We've had many generals. We've had many people, just like George Washington didn't have children." He went on, "I think I'm a pretty young guy in politics. I mean, I'm 33 years old." It was kind of an unusual slight at me coming from Blake. But he claimed Vance's comments on the matter had been overblown. "These are 3-year-old comments. I mean, if you go back to Kamala Harris, this woman, she's a disaster. She's been so many, boneheaded comments, and she's done a horrible job on policy, on the border and so many other things. I think the runway of the story has run out." Ads against Hamadeh also went after his parents and Muslim and Drew's upbringing. Dishonest Abe claims that America was founded on Islamic principles, not the Judeo-Christian values that made America great. "We have enough terrorist sympathizers in Congress," one ad released by a PAC supporting Masters said. "You claim Islam is a religion of hate and should be feared, yet our own Constitution of the United States was based off of Abrahamic religions, including Islam," Hamadeh wrote in a Rand Paul forum when he was a teenager. Masters' campaign also paid for street signs that highlighted America was founded on Islamic principles, quote, alongside a picture of Hamadeh in Mecca on a Hajj that Hamadeh says was taken while he was on a deployment with the U.S. Army. Hamadeh, the 33-year-old son of Syrian immigrants and a former prosecutor and Army intelligence officer, previously lost a race for Arizona Attorney General in 2022. He and Masters had run on the same ticket that year, the latter in an unsuccessful Senate race. Other ads put out by Masters and his supporters accused Hamadeh of being soft on immigration and claimed he was born to illegal immigrant parents. "My poor mother, she couldn't watch local TV," Hamadeh said, adding Masters had flooded it with ads that attacked his family. "I was the only veteran who running for this race. It was just totally despicable. And the last week they actually claimed I defended terrorists. It was totally uncalled for. I have a top-secret clearance and was an intelligence officer. It was a vicious, disgusting campaign that should not be replicated. I'm glad the voters rejected it." Hamadeh himself is leaning into his background. "My mom is Druze, my father is Muslim and they both came from Syria. I have family from Venezuela, so I have kind of a first-hand insight on some of these failing countries. And that's why I'm trying to prevent America from turning into that," he said. "We were on food stamps at one point. I know what it feels like to skip a meal, and I know what it feels like to be underestimated, to have the elites look down on you." Hamadeh was thrown another last-minute twist just before the primary. The endorsement he'd scored from Donald Trump was essentially rendered useless when Trump decided to owl.